I know. I know. I didn't upload yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. I got home, right? So keep in mind, I live in New Jersey, right? Obviously, we've been having some very cold weather. Yesterday was the first day we had like I think it was like what, almost 80 degrees, and we've been having like straight 50 to 40 degree weather. I ain't gonna lie. I fell asleep. I as soon as I got home, I knocked out and I have no regrets. What is this? Oh my god, my computer is not liking this right now. Item disabled. We have recently disabled an in-game item for the most up-to-date list of disabled items. Okay, sure. All right, so I'm gonna be honest. I opened up Destiny. I don't know if it's gonna show me a cutscene again for a different character, because there was a cutscene when I opened up my hunter, but I had to open it up because I forgot that I had no sound on my game. If you guys don't know, back when I used to upload Destiny videos, I kind of told everybody in the videos that I was playing so much Destiny at one point that I had to mute the game. All of my volume settings were on 0 because I was literally constantly raiding. I was getting titles. I was actually title hunting, if you guys didn't know. So I couldn't stand to hear the game. I was genuinely title hunting at 0 volume, so I had to mute it. But I did have it open now. I put up the volumes, and we're gonna play in the Warlock. I wonder if it'll show the cutscene again. I actually didn't get to see it, by the way. Man, don't show that exotic, man. That exotic got gutted. I don't even want to see it with that ornament too. That's the same one I used to use. That's a pretty cool cutscene. Sorry, I should be more specific. A cinematic. I'll let you know this. First thing I'm gonna do is change up my build. I guess I should catch you up. Things I want to talk about. Yesterday I was obviously supposed to upload, but I didn't. I literally fell immediately right to sleep, bro. I was so tired. I didn't even go to the gym. I was genuinely so tired. I will say this. I actually forgot that there was an eclipse. I actually forgot that there was an eclipse yesterday. I don't know how I forgot, but I forgot. Obviously, there was an eclipse, I think, what was it, Tuesday or Monday? No, it was Monday. The eclipse was Monday at around like 3 o'clock, 3:30. I'm going to be honest. I was working. There is no way I would have seen it. I'm going to be so honest with you. As much as I would have loved to have seen it, I just didn't. I didn't. You know what? It's so funny too, because I remember my supervisor saying, hey guys, don't look at the sun. And walking out of work, I saw everybody looking at the sun. And I was like, I mean, like, the jokes write themselves. I think people should understand that you shouldn't look at that because it's genuinely like looking at the sun. So you will get blinded. But maybe it's just me. But I guess common sense ain't so common. This is the loadout I'm going to go in. I'm going to change this, though. I remember when I last played this, I was using this build right here. Obviously, I haven't updated the drip. I was just kind of using this for when I was doing my master route of nightmares, and it helped so much. Now, given with the build, you can't put on any solar surges because it won't count. Armor actually gives you solar surges if you have full super energy. The thing is that it won't stack, which sucks, but we have something. So as you can see here, we have some stuff over here. We actually have the Whisper exotic mission. So you need the Whispers of the Past quest progression, which I'm guessing is something that you have to earn through the Hall of Champions. So I'll take you there right now. But with the Hall of Champions, it's basically just another vendor. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of expected more, but then again, there are a lot of stuff that hasn't been released as of Tuesday. There are gonna be more stuff released in like, what, 2 more or 3 more Tuesdays, like on the 30th. So look out for that. But as of right now, I mean, I'm kind of 50-50. I mean, it's all right. I mean, I feel like the wave mode is kind of cool. But then again, it's like, all right, I feel like I've been here before. You know what I mean? What is good with this frame rate? Yo, I've recorded on this before. Don't do this to me. So essentially, if you like do Shax's stuff like enough times, he'll start opening up these doors, which is basically like an attunement. And with the attunements, I'm guessing you can start focusing weapons more, if I'm not mistaken. Like, see, I can't touch that. And I'm guessing that's for the falling guillotine. But if we come over here, this is for LC's rifle. So obviously, since I did the first quest for LC's rifle, that's the one I have attunement for. So if I was to come over here and talk to this robot, he'll give me the quest to be able to attune the different other weapons. So I think I'm gonna do the Recluse next, just because I want to target farm it. It's basically just gonna be another funnel web. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm gonna play a whole 50 rounds. But you know what? I'll get into it. I'll just show you guys. So this is obviously his vendor. It looks like every other vendor in my opinion. It's nothing too crazy. You know, you just do the activities and eventually you'll get the stuff that you want. I could really care less about the weapons if I'm being honest. Like this was a pretty good roll if I'm I ain't gonna lie, this is actually a really nice roll. I feel like the impact could be a little better, but I mean repulsor brace and target lock, like I can't get any better than that. But we'll see. We'll just keep target farming. I'm sure there's other weapons that I could get that are a lot better than this. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that you were gonna be able to get these red borders because the recluse hasn't been around for like a very long time. It's whatever. I mean, you can't really pick and choose what you want at any time, so I'm not really complaining. At the same time, it would have been nice. So I started reading that Halo book that I showed you guys a while ago. I think it was talking about like the cover art or something about books and how people don't like read as much. That was during the time, like I think when I just started reading the Ruination. I'm just now starting the Fall of Reach book. And it's essentially supposed to be Master Chief before he was Master Chief. Like the book starts out as Master Chief in his team, but then because it's a prologue, it goes into the regular story like after a couple pages. So after that prologue, you're actually following Captain Keyes, which you guys know if you guys have played Halo, is basically that old guy that is in some like most of the Halos. So like if you ever played like Halo Reach or Halo Combat Evolved, you would know who Captain Keyes is. At least I think. If I remember correctly, Captain Keyes is the one that you give Cortana to, and the one that you talk at the bridge when you first get out of the cryopod. Like, dang, what? Oh man, I'm losing my train of thought. But yeah, you guys know what I mean. I think my favorite part so far is how Captain Keyes was basically escorting Dr. Halsey, and while he's like escorting Dr. Halsey, he's mentioning how like beautiful she looks, and it's so funny too because he describes how beautiful she looks, but says that he's not really into her because like she's a citizen and there's laws or something or like rules. And then I'm like, wow, really? Halsey was really that hot? Like totally blowing past my mind. Totally forgetting that Cortana is just a younger version, or like is supposed to look like the younger version of Dr. Halsey. I ain't gonna lie, it makes a lot of sense. Cause man, if you know one thing, Cortana, I think she became a lot of people's first crush in video games. But yeah, I think some of my favorite parts are seeing Master Chief like grow up as like a soldier, because in the beginning we see him as a 6-year-old that's very different from the ones that we see now. And if you know anything about Master Chief, like he's basically like this super stoic, always knows what to do type of guy. Now my thing is that when you see him as a kid, man, he is the most cockiest guy. I mean, like, this man wins at everything, knows that he wins at everything, and he's like, man, I need something that could challenge me. And it's so crazy too, because I think the first game that they were mentioning that Dr. Halsey wanted to play was coin flip. It was so crazy because in the book, the way that they described it, in the way that they were describing it, obviously Master Chief won the coin flip on the first try. It was so interesting to see Dr. Halsey implement the luck factor, because obviously when we talk about Master Chief, we have to talk about how lucky he is, because he's not the best Spartan at anything. He is top 3 in everything, in every category, but he is not the best. He is, I think, without a doubt, the luckiest. Because, dude, I mean, this guy has dropped from like literal outer orbit multiple times and still hasn't died. Obviously, there's an explanation for that, because with the Mjolnir armor, you can like armor lock and stuff like that, and it basically locks up your armor so you don't take in any of the what type of damage is it? Like kinetic damage from impacting the ground. But it was still interesting to see, and like just to watch Master Chief going from like a 6-year-old to like a 80-year-old or 9-year-old, and like actually growing up and actually wanting to like help his other team members. Like they mentioned they mentioned Kelly, the super fast like Spartan, like the fastest Spartan. They mentioned her. They mentioned Samuel. And if you don't know, Samuel's like the biggest Spartan ever. Like he is the biggest Spartan. So you got the fastest Spartan, and then you got the biggest Spartan. And I ain't gonna lie, I want to see where Linda comes in, because if y'all don't know Linda, ooh baby, you guys are in for a surprise. Linda is a baddie. I've never seen her face, and I love her. Well, then I fucked up. But yeah, that's as far as I read so far. I didn't really get far. I think I got through like the first like 80 pages. Nothing too crazy, but I do plan on reading more of it tomorrow, because, man, that is a good book. It honestly, I'm not going to lie, it makes me want to watch the Halo series on Paramount. I'm not going to lie. it makes me want to watch it. I know people like have like spoken their opinions on the show, especially season 1. In my opinion, there are some things that I don't agree with. You know, according to the actual Halo lore, Master Chief takes his helmet off. All right, but I did see a tweet where it was essentially explaining if you go through the show or like go into the show, think like believing that this is supposed to be Master Chief before we got to know him. Basically, the first and second season are like ongoing to show like the Chief that we know. If you catch my drift, it's basically, let me reword this. It's basically gonna show the Master Chief that we know eventually is what I'm trying to get at. So going into the show with that mindset, I mean, it can't be that bad, right? I hope not, at least. So I'm definitely gonna watch the show now. I'll probably pirate it because there's no way I'm getting Paramount just for that show. I don't even know what's on that streaming website, in my opinion. Other than the helmet thing, I think another thing that I have to nitpick about is the fact that Master Chief has sex. I think this is my one nitpick from not watching the show but hearing about it, because it's canon. Spartans don't do that. Like, literally, like, their augments, like, literally prevent them from doing stuff like that. So if you ever, like, read or, like, you know, just indulge in some Halo lore, there's actually multiple sources that say that one of the side effects of some of the augments of being a Spartan, the urge to have sex is basically suppressed. And another thing is that I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that technically chemically castrated, so essentially they can't even have kids. They're basically the human version of neutered. So I don't know how that works, but apparently he's still having sex. I don't know how that works. And besides, I don't even know how they would have enough emotions to have or want to have sex, because one, their feelings, their emotions get suppressed on purpose because they're supposed to be literally war machines in essence. Like, if you don't know, Spartans are supposed to be used against other humans because there were civil wars going on, like intergalactic civil wars going on with different planets, and they were like insurrectionists and stuff like that other people didn't like mess with. So the government was gonna send the Spartans onto them so they would like decrease the amount of casualties, like on both sides of the war. It really doesn't make sense in hindsight, but they essentially came at a perfect time because that's when the Covenant attacked. But yeah, their emotions get suppressed because they're supposed to be killing machines, and they're supposed to not have empathy to make them hesitate. They're supposed to, ooh, something happens, boom. All right, I have an idea. Let's do this. Like, I don't know, man. Things like that, it rubs me the wrong way. It's definitely like a spit on the face. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll watch the I'm gonna watch the show. I'll probably enjoy it at the end of the day because there are cool cutscenes. I'm not cutscenes, but like there's cool scenes where the Master Chief actually looks like Master Chief and actually is fighting the Covenant like he's supposed to. He actually looks lore accurate when he fights. That's something I'm looking forward to. Other than that, I mean, there's nothing else really I gotta talk about, but Destiny 2, man. This Into the Light thing, as of right now, lackluster. Onslaught is pretty cool, I guess. Great way to farm, great way to pass the time, in my opinion, because if you do the 50-round version, I did the 10-round version, so it was like a quick play. If you do the 50-round version, bro, it actually takes an hour. I mean, depending on how fast you take, for me, I got to around 48 or 49. We died, and it took 61 minutes. So, depending on how fast your team is, that's how it's going to be. But pretty lackluster so far. I'll give my full opinion when the 30th comes and everything drops, because I do want to try that Pantheon Gauntlet thing, whatever the fuck it's called. But yeah, anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your aunt about me, and tell your uncle too. Tell your unborn child. Other than that, see you on the next one. Bye.